Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of the Single Dad's Cookbook. Today we're going to be making minced beef quesadillas. Now this is one of the ingredients, recipes from the episode 2 of the What's in the Bag. If you've not seen that, it just shows you what my big shop, my grocery shopping is, depending on where you are in the world, that I get. And from there, this was what I made when I said in episode 1 of What's in the Bag, I don't know what I'm going to do with the mince, but I'll come up with something. I made these. They were such a success that they were actually asked if we could go on the menu again this week. So what I did is I thought I'd show you how to make them. They're really simple, really tasty, a few ingredients that you need to buy in, and some ingredients that I'm hoping you've already got on your spice rack. So we're going to be adding in smoked paprika, we're adding in garlic salt, we're adding in onion powder, we've got some coriander powder, we've got some turmeric, we've got some flaked chilies, dried chilies. We're going to add in some garlic. We've got fresh pepper. We've got fresh chili. We've got fresh onion. We're going to put in some tomato paste. And a bit later, we're going to add in some coriander or cilantro, again, depending on where you're watching this from, and a bit of lemon juice. Then it all comes together and we make it into a beautiful little quesadilla, which I served with some fresh salsa that I made, which is an earlier video if you want to go back and watch that, if you want to see how to make that, and guacamole, again, earlier video. I'm not going to make them both again on this one. You can just nip back and watch the videos to see. The great thing about this is you can make it in advance. You can have it all ready. You can even have the mincemeat ready for the final stage, if you will. And all you need to do is just reheat it in the microwave, then pop it in so it's hot at the time. Really, really simple. You see there, I'm just adding in a little bit of pepper as well, just to get it going. And I'm just going to give it a good old mix up. Bit salt, bit pepper. Give it a mix so you've got everything in there. And then what we're going to do is we'll peel all the veg that we've got, and I'll show you how we're chopping that up. But again, all done in advance. Get it ready. You could have this as a party if you've got loads of guests coming round. Big bowl of salsa, which again, ridiculously simple to make. Big bowl of guacamole, simple to make. And loads of these on a table. Game night, watching a sports event, whatever it may be, your guests will love them, the kids and adults. So into there we're grating in the garlic. I know I should be freezing this garlic to make it easier to grate, but again, I'll be honest with you, I keep forgetting. So we're just going to mix that in, get your garlic going, and we're going to mix that in. And as we're doing that, you can see there that I've already cut the edges off the bell pepper. So just set that to one side, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slightly cut that thin, or julienne it, if that's the technical term, and then I'm going to just cube that up. Again, while I'm doing that, I just want to let you know that I am not a professional chef. I'm just a home cook that I watch way too many TikToks and other YouTube channel videos. Speaking of which, the Facebook program that I'm trying to set up for this year is up and running. If you've not already jumped over there and joined us, I think we're up to 20, 22, 25 people now, which is great. Gina was the first person to post on there what she had for her dinner, so big shout out to Gina. Thanks for doing that. I want to see more of yous doing that. It gives me ideas. So not only am I giving you guys ideas, you guys are inspiring me. And that's what this is all about as the community grows. And that's what we want to do this year. We want to grow the community. There is a TikTok page that I've got and an Instagram. It gives you a bit of heads up. What I'm going to start doing on Instagram and maybe TikTok, I'm going to put on things there that I've made but not filmed. So it is worth getting on there. I just need to plan a little bit better. Now with the chili, again, I'm using a jalapeno chili here. You can add it, you can leave it out, you can add a spicier chili. You know your taste buds, you know who you're feeding's taste buds. I know that this is quite a mild chili. The chili flakes that I put into the actual minced beef was just a very, very small amount. You want to put in probably maybe a dessert spoon of each of the ingredients that I said. The chili flakes is probably the one exception where you want to do that to your level of heat. If you like them spicy, you put in more. If you don't want it spicy at all, you leave them out. Simple as that. Again, with the chilies, I am finely slicing them. So you can see there, so they just breaks down and we get the heat into it rather than a big chunk of chili. Got some olive oil in the pan, and I'm going to soften the onions. The reason I do this is I want them to release their sweetness. As you can see there, they've got a bit of colour on them now. We've released the sweetness, and now I'm going to add in the mince. And we're going to add that to the pan. I'm just going to break that down. I'm just going to gently mix it in until it's been browning off for a little bit. The onions are incorporated, but I'm just spreading it out. And you can see now with this as well, I know you guys normally ask me what kind of beef I'm using. I'm using 5% fat, so it's lean beef, so it doesn't release a lot of fat. If you're using a higher fat content, you need to brown that off and get that evaporating. So you just got to leave it in the pan a little bit longer. Once it's this, you can see it's slightly browning. It's not fully done. I'm going to add in the chilies and the red bell pepper, because I want the heat to incorporate as it's cooking through, and also want the sweetness of the peppers to release into it as well. With this, it's got the heat, it's got the sweet. You're going to add in some lemon juice, so you've got the acid, the citrus, and it all balances out. And that's what cooking is all about. Just going, right, you're in control. What can you add? Tasting along the way where you're going, right, what does this need? How can I take this to the next level? And it's balancing flavours. This is when I also add in the tomato paste. And it's just making sure that you're not just dumping everything in at once, because they just all start to fight. You've got to get them in, let them cook out at their own bit, and just go, right, let's add this, let's add it. But each stage you should be adding. If you ever add something like lots of liquid, then you're going to dilute the flavour. So you've just got to always be mindful of that. Just remember, you're always in control. So you can see there now the mince is done. You can see it's released a little bit the fat, but it's cooked off and it's been reabsorbed into it. So it's almost ready. I'm adding in some cilantro, which I'm going to give that a mix in. And then this is where I'm going to add in the lemon juice. Again, the lemon juice is getting added in at the end because you've got that heat, and it's just going to lift the whole dish. You've got the almost citrusy flavour from the cilantro or the coriander, and then you're just going to add in another little hit. And you can see here, it's half a lemon. It's probably 1 maximum 2 dessert spoons of lemon juice. So we've got that done. you've let that cook through, you've tasted it, you know it's tasty. You've now taken it out, put it to the side, and you've got some hot oil in the frying pan. Once that's come up to temperature, what we're going to do now is we're going to put in our tortilla. This is just a shop-bought tortilla, nothing majorly fancy, but we're going to start the cooking process underneath it. And you can see here I've just transferred it all over into a bowl, and I'm just going to spoon that onto one side of the tortilla. Make sure you're generous with your portions. You want to be generous with your portion, but obviously not too generous with it. You can't fold it and it doesn't stick together. So into this, I'm just going to grate. I've just grated some red Leicester cheese. You can again use provolone. You can use mozzarella. You can, whatever you've got that's a bit melty, you can use, and then get underneath it, watching your fingers, so you can see that the other side's been coated. You see the oil's hot because it's bubbling away, and what you want to do now is you just want to form a beautiful crust on the outside. Then you want to flip it over. See there, cooking it. I'm cooking 2 at a time because I plated up 4. 2 each and cut in half. There's the guacamole, there's the salsa, all plated up, crispy on the outside, gooey and yummy in the middle. Fantastic dish. Like always, guys, thanks very much for watching. From my family to yours, till the next time, Single Dad signing off.